Hey guys, this is Ashwin here. In this video we are going to solve the problem the great XOR. Given a long integer x, count the number of values of a satisfying the following condition. A XOR x should be greater than x, and a should be in the range of 0 to x, that is exclusive. So we have to follow this condition where a and x are long integers. That means it can be bigger integers, so we don't have to worry about if you are using Python, or else in other languages you have to use some long or big integers. You are given q queries, and each query is in the form of a long integer denoting x. For each query, print the total number of values of a satisfying the conditions above on a new line. For example, you are given the value x equals 5. Condition 2 requires that a less than equal to x. The following tests are run. So we can able to go from 1 to that particular number. So we could not include that number. So 5 is not included. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here if you consider only two values are satisfying the conditions. So we find that there are two values meeting the first condition, 2 and 3. So we will be returning 2. That's how we are going to print the result. And let's see the constraints. So in the constraints also we have a pretty big number. We have 10 to the power of 5 queries, and the range is also much higher, 10 to the power of 10. Even if you are applying brute force means it will take a longer time. That's why they have mentioned it as some subtask. So if you go on for the brute force approach, only 50% of the test cases we can able to solve. So we definitely have to figure out some kind of pattern, and again we have to go for a simple logic. So for brute force, this is the test case limit. Until this only it will satisfy. We are going to go for the optimal one, so we don't need to worry about these constraints. And again we have sample input. So I have two numbers, that is two queries. First number is 2, and we have performed the operation. The result will be 1. And for 10, and we are again performing this operation, and the result is 5. So for this example, you can able to easily see the pattern. So from 10, it can able to get the result 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that is the next power. Until the next power of 2, it actually considers the remaining as a result. So let's see some other example. So here 5 is there. 5 in the next power means 8. So if we take minus 1 means the result is 2. So we have 2 here. So I will explaining this with an examples here with the help of bits. And also here we have 100, and the next power will be 128. So the remaining will be 28 minus 1, 27. We are getting the answer here. That's how we are going to get the patterns. So first I am going to go for this example 10. 10. So 10 binary number is 1010, and the maximum number you can able to go is all the set bits will be 1. So this is 15. You can also say 15 minus 10. We can easily get the actual result. But if you are going for 2 power 4 means that is 16. So 2 power 4 is 16, and we'll be having minus 1. And after that we'll be having around 15. So now 15 minus 10 is our result 5. So what you can able to do, you can set all the bits to 1 and get this number and directly negate it. That is one option. Or else you can go into powers of 2 and get this result also. You can just use minus 1 to get the same result as here, and after that you can always do the negation operation. So this is for one example. Let's go for another. Here I have 5. So for 5, the bit is 101. The maximum is 111, that is 7. Now 2 power 3 only 3 bits we are having, so I'm using 3. 3 minus 1 is 7. So 7 minus 5 is 2. I will also mention it here. 7 minus 2, 5 equals 2. And here 15 minus 10 equals 5. And here we have 100. So 100, I really don't know what is the binary value. I'll just print binary of 100. It's easy in that way. So this is the binary value of 100. So how many bits we are having? Totally 7. If you set all the bits to 1, it will be 27. So that will be 2 power 7 minus 1. That is 128. 127. 2 power 7 is 128 minus 1 is 127 minus 100 equals 27. That's the result we are having. So as you can able to see, we already figured out the logic with the sample inputs itself. That's how you can able to easily figure out the patterns. So here I already mentioned two logics. One is using the set bits and another one is using the powers of 2 and using the minus of 1. So now let's dive into the problem. First we are having the x. I'm going to convert the x into binary representation, so we can able to store it in some temporary value. I'll say binary number itself, or bit length. Bit length should be sufficient. Bit length equals binary of x minus 2. Okay, this will be length of binary of x minus 2. So why I'm using minus 2? Because in Python they will always have this 0b to represent it as a binary representation. This is actually a string if you convert it into a binary format, and after that I'm just removing those two values. So after this we'll be having the bit length, that is the total length of the bits. So here is 4, this is 3, this is 7. And after that we are going to find this value. I will say max value equals 2 power bit length minus 1. So here we got the maximum value, and finally what we are doing, after getting the maximum value, we are negating it with x. So we will return max value minus x. So this will give us the result. So this is completely a constant operation, because this is a constant operation, this is a constant operation, and this is a constant operation. So we have solved the whole problem in constant time, and while the constraint is like so high, even if you gone for a linear approach, means it will definitely gone for a timeout. So with this constant time approach, you can easily solve the problem. Let's run it once to check whether it is working. As you can able to see, it is actually working, because we already validate our logic with some examples here. So let's submit the code. I think it solved all the test cases. Only one is pending. Let's see. Yeah, I thought I have missed some corner test case. So we have solved the problem. I think this problem is very easy. We quickly figured out the logic based on the previous example itself. It's actually very much easier. You can also solve this problem in different ways also, apart from the two I have mentioned. So as I'm always saying, for bit manipulation you always have to go for some pattern, and after the pattern you can able to easily figure out the logic using this log n time or some constant time. So that's how it works. And that's it guys. We have solved the problem very easily. I'll see you guys in the next video.